Before we get started with today's show, I have a quick announcement. Right now, over at EquiLife, that's EQUI.LIFE, we are giving away our immunity bundles. I know so many people in our community right now are using this in order to boost their immune system. They're recommending it to friends, to families, to loved ones, to coworkers, and that's a great thing. But I wanted to let you know that this is not a common occurrence that we are able to give away one of our most popular bundles, but I did ask my team if we were able to do this in order to create greater awareness for other people out there, knowing that they should be taking their vitamin C, their zinc, their vitamin D, that it's now clinically proven in order to be able to boost the immune system and hopefully keep us all safe. So when I asked my team, can we give away a certain number of this? They said, yes, we can do that for a limited time. We can give away 500. So we are giving away 500 immunity bundles on all orders over $199. I just wanted to share that with you. We're going to get right into the show, but if you'd like to learn more, of course, you can go to EQUI.LIFE. That's equi.life for all the details. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the show. We're here today with our Friday review. Excited to jump right into it and go over everything we have in store for you. So I know every single Friday, I always go over my best picks of the week. This Friday's no different. I'm going to be bringing you a book that is going to help you better memorize things that you need to learn for your career, study, people's names, numbers, etc. So looking forward to that. This book will take you no more than an hour or two to read and consume. I also want to share with you a brand new piece of exercise equipment I've added to my office gym. Many of you know, you've kind of been following over the past couple months. When the pandemic hit, I stopped going to the gym. My gym is closed, and I really brought everything into my office and really kind of condensed my schedule, more family time, and also make sure that I get in my workouts. So every month I've been adding a new piece or so, and I've shared those over the past couple months. Well, this month is no different, and I've added a Plyo box, not just any Plyo box. This one is fun for the whole family, and you can do many different exercises with it. I will be sharing that with you as well. 2 new research studies on street trees. I don't know if you've ever heard of street trees before. I had never heard that term before, but they're actually being used now as antidepressants, believe it or not, because of the great value they are bringing people. And this study comes out of Germany, so I'll share that with you. And another research study on afternoon napping, who now it may be best for and for how long. So stay tuned. Want to share all of that with you before we do get started with all that great product reviews, research review as well. I want to share with you what's going on inside of the private practice. This one for me is super exciting to talk about. It actually it means a lot to me. It really does, because I'm not someone that gives up easily. That's kind of like that. The one thing that I would say about me is that I will stick with something if it means a lot to me, and I know people are counting on me for it. So I feel like we did let people down now for the last couple of years in one particular area of our nutritional product-based offerings. And it's simply because we didn't want the entire functional medicine global practice that we have to sync with this one particular product. So many of you might know what I'm alluding to, but back in 2016, 2017, we were offering and using CBD oil in our practice really before it became popular. And I'm not saying that because I'm looking for a gold star or anything like that. I'm saying that because we use things that work. That's the bottom line. And it doesn't matter to me if it's not popular or it is popular. If it's popular, great, then more people will talk about it. If it's not popular, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to offer it because it works. So even back then, I had read and seen over 800 different research studies on cannabinoids and the power of cannabinoids. And I didn't offer it for about a year or two because I didn't didn't want to be tied down with marijuana, medical marijuana, which was becoming popular, cannabis, etc. But the thing is, there were so many benefits from a non-psychoactive form of cannabis, such as cannabinoids, that I couldn't hold back anymore, especially for all those people in my practice that were really dealing with issues of anxiety and lower mood and inflammation and sleep issues, you name it, panic, PTSD. And so I said, why not? I mean, this is an all natural plant nature has given us. It literally grows as a weed, and we have easy access to it to a greater degree now. So that's what we started to do. And we said, we just want people to get the right variety of it. And that means it has to be USDA organic. It has to be full spectrum, because these isolates are not exactly what we want to be working with right now. I think there's a time and place for them based on specific issues that a person is dealing with. But honestly, the full spectrum is exactly what we used, and it was great. And because of that, we became well known for CBD. Got really big. I was teaching on the subject. And then, of course, they'll never say that, but we were then the subject of a lot of issues in terms of the gray area of being able to offer it to people all over the United States. So because of that, our processor would no longer process payments for CBD, and our bank would no longer accept bank deposits for CBD. So we had no payment processor and we had no bank if we didn't stop selling it. So basically, they were going to make us stop selling and offering all the great labs that we offer, all the protocols, everything that I've worked towards and trying to help people all around the world if we continued to sell CBD. And that was the truth. And so at that moment, I had to make a tough decision, and it didn't happen overnight. We got obviously attorneys and all sorts of people involved, and they said that, well, it's essentially illegal at a federal level and legal at a state level, and no one's really enforcing it one way or the other. And I just said, okay, that's that. I'm not going to allow one part of our mission and like one part of what we do to take down the whole. And that's how I felt. I mean, we've got a lot of people on this team. We help a lot of people all over the world. And I'm very grateful for that. And so now it's been 2 years really since we've been able to offer it. But we just got word about 2 weeks ago, and our team has been in an all-out sprint, that we may be able to now sell CBD on a website separate from the Equalife-based brand, and we'll be able to get a credit card processor, and we'll be able to do things the right way. Remember, a lot of people sell CBD. They do, but they don't necessarily do it the right way, and they're not using functional medicine-based dosages. They're not using USDA organic. They're not using full spectrum, and a lot of these are just even counterfeit products, and they go away in the next day. You never really know what you're getting. So we're just committed to doing things the right way. That's the bottom line. And so I'm excited. We're in talks right now to work with some really major processors, banks, and also we've already connected with our shopping cart, which is Shopify. So, the great thing is that we never gave up. We really didn't. We had built a whole website that no one ever saw. So that's already ready to go. It's just it never has seen the light of day. So we're going to be able to roll this out as soon as we cross those T's and dot those I's from, a really button-up perspective. That's how we do things. We do things to the letter of the law, of course, and we do things the right way. So we're going to be able to offer to people in the United States, minus those states that do not allow the selling and distribution online of CBD. And I can assure you that we are using the very best of the best. And believe it or not, in 2 years, the absorption technology is even better. So you're going to see brand new gummies. You're at actually double the dosage now. You're going to see our most popular 750 milligram, our 250 milligram, our world-class soft gels. And I couldn't be more excited. And then also one more one in the works right now that we're actually having created because we're optimistic, and that is a specific healthy inflammation and joint muscle-based balm. So these are they're really knock it out of the park products. They really are. They're unbelievable. And of course, I never stopped using them because I always had access to it, but I always felt bad that I wasn't able to get this to people online. So I don't know how much I'm going to be able to really talk about it. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to talk about the benefits of CBD, from a legal-based perspective, but I'll always do my best for you, and I will let you know when these are available. So stay tuned for these Friday updates and more to come. All right, 2 quick updates going on right now at our global-based practice for anyone. Again, we open source labs, we open source protocols, we open source functional medicine-based products that you would typically only be able to get in a doctor's office, a functional medicine doctor. But right now, going on at equa.life, you are going to see our free immunity bundle, which is unheard of. Like, we do things, I think, at EquaLife that push the boundaries of what can be done. I mean, I really believe that. We're giving away an immunity-based bundle. So this is about a $100 bundle, which is, obviously that's a good value. We're giving it away, one of our most popular protocols, over $199. So, people always ask, like, well, how are you doing that? Why are you doing that? You have to understand the mission of how I came into this. For 10 years, I didn't have my health. And I couldn't afford a lot of nutritional supplements. I had to handpick which ones and handpick which labs. When I have something and I know it works, like we did elderberry lozenges free a couple weeks ago. When I have something and I know it works, I try to give it away whenever possible. Meaning, like, it's okay if we don't make any profit on certain transactions. It's okay. Like, I say that to my team, which is very different from a business-based perspective. But I want you to know that I put people over profits. People need this immunity protocol, this immunity bundle, now more than ever. So if you place an order over $199, whether it be the Daily Foundational Protocol Level 2, which I recommend that you use along with the immunity bundle, that's exactly what I do. I actually use Level 3, which is just the addition of the daily digestive enzyme. But if you do that, you're set. Like, you have all of the nutrients that you really need. Daily Foundation Protocol Level 2 or Level 3, and the immunity-based bundle. So we're literally going to give you the immunity bundle with really any lab purchase, with any of those daily foundation protocols. You could purchase a 21-day detox, whatever you like, whatever you want. We're going to add in an immunity-based bundle. So super excited about that. That's obviously limited quantity. So while supplies last, I have to say that because we don't have thousands of these. While supplies last, you can head over to equi.life. And if you already have an immunity bundle, great. Whatever you would typically purchase or something new, get one for a friend or family member. That's what this is all about. So again, all of my family is using the immunity bundle. People in our private practice, they're saying, hey, this is what to use at least through beginning of April. And that's what we're doing. So again, I couldn't be more excited. Again, it's not about trying to make the most money. It's not. It's like, how can we help the most amount of people with science-backed nutritional supplements? And I feel great at the end of the day. I really do. Like, this is what this is all about. So anyway, hope you enjoy that. That's at equi.life. Okay. Let's go over podcasts this week before we get into my 2 product reviews and those 2 research studies. So episode 1837, I hope you didn't miss this, is 100% self-reliance the key to a happy and healthy life. Definitely check that out on our Motivation and Mindset Monday. This is going to bring kind of really full circle whether you are truly, responsible for your life and all the different actions that happens in it. And if so, what does that mean? So we really went over that. I want you to check it out. 1837, episode 1838. New discovery on cancer and your sleep clock, really putting to rest, I believe, what time you should go to bed, what time you should wake up, why, talking about neurotransmitters that are released, hormones that are released, and how it affects everything from weight loss, weight gain, depression, and energy and cancer. So check that out. Episode 1839 is our Wellness and Weight Loss Wednesday show. That was the 7 surging health trends on the rise in 2021. This is exactly what I've seen from inside of our global practice, working with thousands and thousands of people, like 10,000, tens of thousands of people. So I want to share with you exactly what I see happening, and maybe it's happening with you as well. So all sorts of great shows this week. Of course, we had yesterday's conversations with Cabral. Since this podcast is recorded just literally a few days before, I don't have the exact guest right now. So you have to understand these podcasts are fresh. And I want you to know that each and every Thursday, if you haven't tuned in, Conversations with Cabral, I bring on a guest expert in their field. So this is literally someone that is well credentialed in whatever it is that they're doing. Now, it might not be a specific degree or certification, but they are someone that is looked at as a leader in their field. And so definitely check that out. We've had some really amazing guests on each and every Thursday. All right, let's dive right now into our product review. If you are watching this on YouTube, I am going to show you right now on video. Again, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, of course, I would love you to do that. You'll see the daily videos right there. You can just go to YouTube and then just type in my name, Stephen Cabral, click the little subscribe button, little notification bell, and you'll know every time a new video is released each and every morning, nice and early. So what I'm going to show you right now is the newest, latest and greatest product that I've added to my home gym. I've got my Airdyne bike now. I've got my adjustable dumbbells. I've got my rebounder. I've got my dip bars. I've got a doorway chin-up bar. What else do I have lying around? I've got some bands lying around. So all sorts of great things, literally almost within arm's reach. So what have I added new? Because I like to add new things each month because I kind of switch up my program and I give myself new and exciting, I guess, exercise toys to work with. So I'm going to show you right now. This is called a Plyometric Box, or just Plyo Box for short. Most people know about these boxes, or at least have heard about them, seen about them, because it is what you basically do jumps from, depth jumps and jumps onto a box. It's box jumps, we call them. So this box, though, is pretty remarkable. It's a new foam style box, and it comes in 20 inches, 24 inches, and 30 inches. Now, when I used to work in gyms, and also when I had my own studio, we had to create all these different boxes with smaller boxes or have preset ones. These new foam Plyo boxes are amazing. One is because if you ever slip, fall, whatever, it's foam. It's not going to cut up your knees like we used to do in the past. You're not going to trip over them. The whole box is not going to fall over if they're multiple stacks. So I'm going to show you this right now. Remarkable. If you're a personal trainer or you love working out at home, you're going to want to check this out. So I'm going to step back just for a second. It's huge, right? It's 30 inches on one side, but you're going to see how you get to use it from different angles. And then, of course, I will link everything up today at stephencabral.com/1841. Okay, so the first side is this 20-inch side, and you can see right here, although it's enormous, that the arrows point up to show you 20 inches. Then, if we switch to this side, you'll see that the arrows pointing up is for the 24 inches, and you can hear that, it's foam, so it's very soft, but dense. I guess it's dense foam you can jump up on. And the last part is the 30-inch box. So this, a little narrower at the top, obviously for people that are more advanced, but you're able to jump up on this box at almost 3 feet or 30 inches. Now, this is more than just jumping onto the box. So what are box jumps if you haven't heard them? Literally, you're jumping from a flat position, like a foot away from the box or so. You're bending your knees, you're squatting down, and you're jumping up in the air, and you're landing softly with both feet at the same time on the box and lowering down into a little bit of a squat. You do this because it's a plyometric exercise, and you want to work on your explosiveness, your power as well. The reason is that you're hitting fast twitch muscle fibers, which are very metabolic as well. Great thing, you only need to do a few reps at a time. And honestly, you can start low. Like that's why the 20 inches there. It's great to be able to use. But I also use this box for step-ups as well. Now, why that's important is that step-ups, obviously one of the cornerstones of the 4 exercises you can do with your legs, 4 main exercises. We've got our Romanian deadlifts, we've got regular deadlifts, we've got squats, and we have a step-up. Actually, we have lunges as well. So this is important because when you're using the Plyo box, it's not completely firm, which means that there's actually more proprioception. Your foot's moving around a little bit more. And I like to do my workouts barefoot or just in socks or just my zero sneakers, my zero drop sneakers. So it's really great to be able to do that. Easy to clean. It has like a plastic outer coating. And I'll just say one more thing, that this is great for people learning to squat with better form as well, because you can sit right down to a height that works great for you, whether you're doing one-legged squats or two-legged squats. So here, the last piece is this. I wanted to bring you this one because many many organizations now make a foam Plyo box. This one is about 1/3 of the price of the big names. So pretty remarkable 3-in-1 plyometric jumping box, and I will add that in the show notes today. Okay, next product review is my book review of the week, and this week is Unlimited Memory: How to Use Advanced Learning Strategies to Learn Faster, Remember More, and Be More Productive. This is by Kevin Horsley, is the author, a Grand Master. I'm assuming that means a Grand Master in chess. And this book, I read this book super fast, probably about 40 minutes. It is, 124 pages or so, 122 pages. And I'm going to go over the 6 most powerful memory systems that you can use to immediately improve your retention and recall, how to go from mastering only 7 bits of information in the short term to memorizing over 50, how to easily remember what you've studied for tests and exams, how to improve your concentration and focus, how to remember names with ease in any social situation. So Kevin does this by utilizing what he refers to as the 4 keys or C's to improving memory, which are concentration, creating imagery and connect concepts, looking into the ability to concentrate in there as well. So I've learned about certain systems like this before, which is essentially, instead of trying to memorize just numbers or just names or information in general, what you're doing is you're conjuring up an image, but it's an illogical image. Like, that's one of the biggest things about the memorization techniques, which are pretty, I would say pretty proven by now that these work for sure. And it's remarkable, because I was going through his exercises, I remembered all of the different other languages, like learning a language. If you are learning language, this is the way that you want to do it. But, and I still have, it's funny because my mind's going through all of the different names in the different languages for things like chicken and goat and all the things that I memorized just using these techniques because they were examples. So I'm not going to give away anymore. I would check this out. It's an easy book. You can see how small it is if you're watching this on video. 122 pages. If you're interested in being able to focus more, concentrate to a greater degree, and remember things like people's names and information that you feel to be pertinent in your life, this is a great book for that. All right, first research study of the day is on afternoon naps and looking at dementia as well as one's ability to concentrate. So I've talked about this topic in the past because it's very interesting. And it seems that there's more and more of these studies that are coming out that are really giving scientific basis to afternoon napping. Not a morning nap, not a lunchtime nap, but an afternoon nap. And it showed that afternoon naps were defined as periods of at least 5 consecutive minutes of sleep, but not more than 2 hours, and taken after lunch. They then gave all the people in the study the dementia screening tests, which included 30 items that measured several aspects of cognitive ability and higher function, including visuospatial skills, working memory, attention spans, problem solving, locational awareness, and verbal fluency. The cognitive performance scores were significantly higher among the nappers than they were among those who didn't nap. And there were significant differences in locational awareness, verbal fluency, and memory. So if this was just the only study and first study I'd seen on this, I'd be like, okay, no big deal. Let's see what happens in the future. But I've done a few podcasts on this before, and I'd like to actually link those up for you today. So if you want to go to stephencabral.com/1841, I will do that because this was a very wide variety of nap times. And after reading multiple books and much research, I did a podcast on the essentially exact amount of time that you want to nap for. No more and no less. And it's well less than 2 hours and for sure a bit more than 5 minutes. So I'm going to link that up. Definitely want to check that out. But the reason why that this is a game changer, I think, is that, well, I'm going to be honest with you. Right now, I can't take a 20-minute, 30-minute, 40-minute nap, anything like that mid-afternoon. But what I can tell you is that in the future, again, if someone's in their, 60s, 70s, they really may want to think about adding in a short mid-afternoon nap or early afternoon nap, I should say, and my podcast below as well. I will certainly link up that because there's a time of the day as well that won't affect your sleep at night, and a specific length that won't affect your sleep at night. But you really want to look at that because I believe brain health is one of those new frontiers. Gut health has been the frontier for a while, but so now is brain health. So I think that especially if dementia or cognitive decline is relevant to you and it is something that runs maybe in your family, you'll want to look at these naps really as a form of almost natural-based medicine. All right. So I'll link up that research study as well. All right. The next research out of Europe is street trees act as antidepressants. I love being able to bring a little bit of nature in. And of course, in natural medicine, nature should be part of that. But I'm going to give you a little bit of an excerpt from this. More trees immediately around the home, less than 100 meters away, were associated with a reduced risk of being prescribed antidepressant medication. The association was especially strong for deprived groups. As these social groups are at the greatest risk for being prescribed antidepressants in Germany, street trees in cities can thereby serve as a nature-based solution for good mental health. At the same time, street trees may also help reduce the gap in health inequality between economically different and social groups. No association of tree types, however, and depression could be shown in the study. It might be interesting as well. Maybe the more green on a tree, the better they work as well. That remains to be seen. This is, of course, just the first steps in these types of studies, but it makes sense to me that remember, we are not separate from nature. We are part of nature. We are human beings that are living now in homes and with lights and all that, but we are still part of nature. We were genetically pre-programmed to be part of nature, and hopefully you saw that on episode 1838 of this week's show on essentially nature and cancer. So what I'd like to share with you is that maybe you can work with your local city or town to plant more trees. And what they're saying is street trees are things like around sidewalks, any vacant lots in any urban area. The more green you can get, the better. It's better for, of course, the world, for nature, but also as feeling more connected with nature around you as well. So I thought this was pretty remarkable. We all can do more than we think. We really can. And just by contacting and getting enough group of people together to be able to plant some trees is a great thing for ourselves and for many generations to come. So I hope you enjoyed that study and the Plyo Box review, the book reviews today, and all of the updates, of course. If there is ever any questions, just feel free to email us at any time. That's support@equa.life. And of course, you can ask right in front in our Cabral supportgroup.com. That's our free Facebook group. We love answering your questions. We love getting your feedback. That's what we are here for. So once again, thank you so much. Take care. Always do feel free to share this show with anyone you believe it could serve. Thank you so much for just tuning into the show. And before you go, I want to make sure that if you have not previously checked out our online practice at equa.life, I can't recommend it enough this week. And here's why. Right now at EquaLife, we are giving away our immunity bundle completely free on all orders over $199. Let me share with you why this is such a big deal. This is the exact protocol we are recommending and have been recommending before all the other protocols had come out way back in March. So basically a year ago. This is the vitamin C, the balanced zinc, and the vitamin D that most people need, if not everyone, in order to keep their immune system firing on all cylinders. This is the protocol that, if you use nothing else, has been clinically proven to boost the immune system. This means in conjunction with, let's say you're using daily foundational protocol level 1, level 2, level 3, using all your other great products, you cannot forget about boosting your vitamin C, your zinc with that little bit of copper, B6, and vitamin C in there in order to boost immunity and boost absorption, plus that vitamin D, which is typically dosed at 35 IUs per pound of body weight. If you don't know exactly what that is, it's just about 4,000 to 5,000 IUs per day for most adults. And honestly, this whole protocol is as simple as using 1 scoop of the vitamin C alkalizing vitamin C powder, 1 capsule of balanced zinc with dinner, and 4 drops of the vitamin D liquid at any time you want during the day. We typically just put it in our breakfast smoothie or something like that. So again, super easy to use. And why is it such a big deal? Well, now more than ever, we need to boost our immune systems, but also this is a $99, I believe it's a $99 bundle that typically people are using on a daily basis, or about $3 a day. Not a huge investment into our overall health and how much that means for us. But we're giving that away, that $99 bundle away, completely free on all orders over $199 right now. So if you're already using the immunity bundle, pick one up, give it to a parent, give it to a sibling, give it to a coworker, whoever might need it. And we are doing this, again, you know that if we give away a bundle at $99, it's not about the money. It's really not. It's about trying to get these protocols to as many people as possible. That's what it's all about. At times like this, it's really about sharing our mission of hope and healing and try to get through this together as much as we can. So if my team gave me the go-ahead in order to be able to give away a huge discount like this, then we're going to take advantage of it. So please, while supplies last, take advantage of this. It is a free immunity bundle on all purchases over $199 while supplies last. We have about 500 of these. And you can just go to equi.life. That's equi.life for all the details. Take care, everyone.